Cooperation, the most crucial aspect of multiplayer games. It binds players together in their quest for their desires. No matter what they may be, the best victories are the ones won with unity. I present to you a game, a card game, which utilizes the element of unity without the actual software of unity. Sorry. A game you can play with your smart and mature friends, locally, and can enjoy without the need for a season pass for DLC. Fourmation. Fourmation is a fantasy-themed card game that involves either the lone or cooperative effort of 2 to 4 players fighting against the strange beasts known as the Kaij. You and up to 3 other players are represented by warrior cards. Although you fight together, you win alone by either collecting 40 gems or being the last one standing as your fellow comrades are wiped out by the deadly Kaij. The game flows as the warriors draw cards from the deck. Arm yourself for combat as you hopefully collect the highest attack and health cards possible. And once you draw the Kaij card and look the monster in the eyes, the battle begins. Make sure you are fully equipped to face the terror of the Kaij, because if you're not, you'll either miss your opportunity for great fortune or you'll die. Choose between facing the Kaij alone, reaping all of its gems, or fight with one of your fellow warriors and share the gathered gems together. Okay, now in this instructional presentation, I will go over the different types of scenarios you can encounter in a game or two of Fourmation. Let's start by going over the typical drawing of a power card, either health or attack. As you can see here, player 4 draws a card from the deck, which turns out to be a health card with a value of 6. The player then adds the value of the card, 6, to the starting health value of 8, which yields 14, and keeps that card until any encounter with a Kaij. After each battle, the obtained health card is placed back to the bottom of the deck, and the added value is erased from the box on the player card. The same applies to the drawing of an attack card. The player adds its value to their box on their player card, and holds onto the card until a Kaij battle, after which any attack or health additions are removed, and the cards are placed back to the bottom of the deck. Now, I'll discuss what to do when you run into a Kaij. In this turn, the player has pulled a Kaij card from the deck, and it appears to have an attack and health of 10 with a gem value of 4. Since the player's attack and health outnumber those of the Kaij's, the player kills the Kaij and collects its gems. However, health is more important than attack, so if your attack is sufficient enough to fight a Kaij but not your health, you have to either make a pact with another player or die and get kicked out of the game. After beating the Kaij in the previous slide, the player adds 4 gems to his amount, yielding 8. And returns the Kaij card and the attack and health cards back below the deck. One thing though, if your health is the same amount as the attack of a Kaij, something like a tiebreak, then that doesn't count as sufficient enough. A pact has to be made. As for an attack tie, however, the Kaij simply retreats back below deck and no gems are obtained. Now, for the most interesting mechanic of the game, the pact. Here, player 2 has run into a Kaij with a pretty high power level. Their attack of 18 may outnumber the Kaij's 16, but as I've said before, health is a priority, and that's where the Kaij could potentially win. So now, player 2 has no choice but to form a team-up, called a pact, with any of the other 3 players, in this case, player 3. Their combined attack and health levels are now 28 and 18, more than enough to beat the Kaij. Afterwards, any attack and or health additions of both players and the Kaij card are returned below deck, any numbers written on the player's cards are erased, and the game goes on. One important thing to remember is that if no pact can be made in which the player's combined health is higher than the Kaij's attack, then the player who drew the Kaij card will die and be booted for the rest of the game. If a pact's attack equals a Kaij's health, it counts as a tie, and the Kaij simply retreats back below deck. After a Kaij is killed, all power additions and the Kaij card are returned to the deck, and the player cards are completely void of all writing. The players in the pact battle split the amount of gems gained from the Kaij. All Kaijs have an even amount of gems, so a pact may be used to fight any Kaij. The Kaij in the previous slide was worth 10 gems, so each player in the pact gets 5 gems. Player 2 had 2 gems and now has 7, and player 3 went from 0 to 5. And that is my game, Fourmation. Whoa, I'm not leaving without talking about playtesting, so let's talk about that. At first, I had the players start with just attack and health levels of 4, So after not even 5 turns in, spoiler alert, the main character dies. Yeah, one of the players, me, immediately lost to a kite because health was too low. But that's pretty much all I fixed from playtesting. Okay, bye now.